Where influence meets inspiration, where talent tells the story. Welcome to Celebrity Corner, the shows that brings you face to face with entertainers, fashion designers, and business executives shaping the culture.
Celebrity Corner. Celebrity Corner.
Celebrity Corner.
Celebrity Corner.
Celebrity Corner is on.
Yeah, boy, this name is not a toy. Celebrity Corner.
Real stories, real success, real impact. Join us every Friday, 7:30 p.m. only on Ellen TV with your host, DJ Weezy the Boss. See.
What a pleasant way to say good evening. This is Celebrity Corner on the Liberian National Television, also live on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. My name is Don Weezy. Like always, it's very nice to be on your television screen. And tonight we pay this surprising visit to the resident of the legendary hip-hop artist, Takun Jezo. You know, he one person that needs no introduction when it comes to hip-hop music in Liberia. I'm here at the resident of the legend Takun J. It's nice having you on Celebrity Corner tonight.
Big love, man. DJ Weezy.
It's been a while, man. It's been a while. What you been up to? You just been quiet in your corner. What you been up to?
But man, it's just come on and no more in my corner. You know, so I just have been minding my business, you know, doing my thing, giving the young ones the opportunity so they can display that simplicity, you know.
Okay.
And positively, they are carrying on.
Right.
Boom, pick up to them.
So how does it feel being a living legend and stay on top of your game, man? How does it feel for you? You've been around for decades.
Sure. Well, for me, I think that it's important for me, and I feel like I have achieved in another dimension. I feel like what we suffered for yesterday, and now things standing better.
Okay.
So I feel absolutely pleasant and happy in my feeling for that, you know, because way back, the opportunity to begin again now, we never had it. So a lot of great things that I'm seeing, you know, like made me to be like plus to the industry.
When you first started this entire music thing, man, did you imagine becoming one of Liberia's most influential artists?
Yeah, absolutely. I actually feel myself, you know, when I was coming up, I knew that I was going to go somewhere else. I mean, bigger than this, you know, because I had that passion, I had that feeling, I had that zeal that what I'm doing, all the seed I'm planting, I know I'm going to reap it tomorrow.
Okay,
so I actually feel that I was going to see myself somewhere tomorrow because I was very consistent, persistent, and keep moving on.
Let's go back to the very beginning of your career, man. Which movement in your career make you realize your music was truly impacting people?
The moment, like, the time when I started doing, like, for me, my music that I do, I speak on the ills in the society, you know, I talk about issues that is unfolding and affecting citizens. So when I start speaking on issues, then I feel like this music industry that I get my hand into, I think it's something that I need to be on that reality side.
Right.
Yeah, so I start feeling it from that side, making some conscious music. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like a lot of songs that, like my first ever song that really took me to the spotlight, it was the policeman coming when I was speaking, it was in the society,
Right.
you know, talking about some other things, what some other police that doing not supposed to do.
What I always remember was that song.
Yeah, I mean that was last, but I'm talking about the previous when I started before.
Right.
Like, the first thing that I started with that policeman stuff, bro. I was beaten, taken to jail for that. Then
I think I remember just before VIP Boss came to Liberia.
Yeah. It was London. It was in the Mount Ellen region. It was then when I did that song. You know, from that movement I know like hip hop music you know, it's something that people want to listen to. That because we talk about our daily activity in our hip hop music,
Right.
talking about it. So that's why you see people really love hip hop music. And when you know, a lot of people, you know, they got different ways. Some people listen to radio, some people read newspaper, and some people listen to music to know what is unfolding in the society.
Right.
So that's what we stand for, you know, in the hip hop game.
I love that. Let's look at your struggle before trying to break into the Liberian music scene. Take us back to some of the difficult times, you know, some of the struggle you went through, you know, just before coming to being a legend.
Oh yeah, like for that, I've been a struggler and a hustler, and I'm still. So I used to survive on a lot of skills and talents. You know, I was very promiscuous. I used to do music, dancing. Also a businessman. I'm talking about like a real strap-up business, and you know what I mean? Doing a money changer thing and selling your co-water, and I started to put money living together. That's how I started before getting in the industry. So when I got into the industry, I think that the industry going to make it more sweet, and you know, that kind of a juicy thing, putting wine on it and pour honey. But it was, the music too came with you know, stress and pain and hustle and struggle. So after being a money changer, doing what I want, and I joined the music business again. Oh, bro. It's just like I had another load on my head again. So it's like I started going through some, you know, like take for example, I started making ills in the society songs. People see me, oh Takun, when you come here again, that alone is a burden because you already made people know you come here Sunday.
Wow.
Oh Takun, when you come here again, 1 year Sunday, then that alone is a burden. Then I'm making song again that speaking the ills in the society. Some people feel dissatisfied. They want to be, I mean, they beat me, they get me to jail. Yeah, you know.
Were you beating for?
Oh, absolutely, bro. Yeah, like the first song that I did, that brought me out to the spotlight. You know, it was the policeman coming. You know,
Were you
like,
actually beating?
Yeah, for real. I was beaten, taken to jail. Not just beating, but taken to jail also. You know.
What was the experience back then? You know, doing a conscious music, and at the end of the day, you know, you face that inhumane treatment.
My man, it was difficult at that time, man. Yeah, it was super. Anybody for that moment said when you say, "Oh, your son doing music," you better leave that music in there. It was so bad because at that time we just came from war. You know, our country was not too settled at that moment, so people had different perception. After I did the song, you know, it started telling me, you know, my business area where I lived, they used to hunt me, all of that. And then when I even go for the event, then they used to have, you know, the country wasn't very that stable, so we had a little bit of curfew. You know, after each time when I perform, I just know after performance you're going to jail, Takun, because I got a police cars, they're parking outside of the show waiting for people. Yeah, so the moment I come outside, so I got used to it to the extent that after each time when I go to show, I'll be like,
you know you're going to jail.
Check me out in jail next time, bro. You see me in jail at the end of the day because it become regular.
Right.
So, and then people that used to be attached with me, and now I used to go to jail, people other than have to go to jail too.
Wow.
Yeah, so it reached to a point that one of these days, I think I appreciate one police officer, but I can't call his name. This is an interview.
Right.
The officer was like, "Yo, this is not right. I have observed and noticed that this boy, every time you're bringing the ball, each time the ball perform, you put the ball to jail. You need to stop it. Who are doing it? Okay, what the commander for the place?" So the men started taking some other action and started apprehending them, which was, you know, very well. You know, I love that, but it's very painful. It's very stressful, but at the end of the day, it is worth it because what you sow is what you reap.
Right.
Do what you're supposed to do, because if not for some of us today, a lot of people are not going to get information about what is unfolding in the society.
Right.
And a lot of people are not going to know that there's something they call hip code. A lot of people are not going to know that hip code they need to get respected. So a lot of things that we went through that it wasn't that easy.
You are considered as a pioneer of hip hop music.
A granddada.
What does that mean for Takun J? What does that mean for you?
Yeah,
a pioneer of hip hop.
I mean, I feel like I have achieved, and I feel like my dream has come to reality. Because what I fought for yesterday, what I was beating for, and then I see myself, Nana, to the level that the name that we fought the May yesterday, I found people speaking about it. I see the beginning of today now they jubilating, you know, making remarks all on social media around, you know, because of what we did yesterday. We stood in, I don't want to say but we stood in the green line yesterday to get hip code the way it is today. So a lot of fighting we did, a lot of things that we've been through. So when I sat down and think, I said, God, thank you, man. At least we have achieved. Nobody can tell me, say, Takun J, not achieve, because what? My thing I was fighting for today that made me musician. I can knock my chair and I say, yes, we got hip code to the world.
Right.
Yes, we got hip hop. I can stand up. Right now, if you look on my profile, I had nothing else. You'll see musician. That when you say, oh, the man working a little bit, oh, the man working. No, that musician. It's all true. Even all my passport, everywhere I travel, all around the world.
But we were told you had a government job before at the port.
Yeah, indeed. I used to have a job because I feel like I was working with the government.
Okay.
But when you start to work for the government, that's when you become like a controller. So like then I was working for the government, trying to make sure that put things in order. But when things turned on the other side, I was reassigned, and the assignment was not courteous for me, for my living that I know of. So I was like, nah.
Reassigned.
Yeah.
You care to tell more?
I don't want to go deep into that because I don't think this is the platform for that. But you know, I was not able to attend to the assignment.
Okay.
So because on base of my career, it was not working. That's when
That is
I get to know. That's when I got to know that I work for the government, and you don't work. No, I work with the government, but I don't work for. Because when you start to work for, then you become to be controlled.
Okay.
That is, you go that place. They say, yes, sir, we will. Then you go implement. No, but I work with you when it is pleasing for me and my Liberian people and my family. So big up to that.
I respect that. That is understanding. Let's come to the new breed of Liberian musician. You listen to them, you follow them, you share the stage with some of them, Which Liberian artists do they impress you the most?
Oh, I don't want to be biased up here, but everybody impressed me.
Okay.
I don't want to say everybody, but a lot of them impressed me. When I came back earlier on the podcast where I was like talking about it, the beginning impressing me too bad because the music just keep expanding, from that new generation. So that's why you see, I told you earlier that we step back and watching them so they can, continue to display that simplicity for which they're doing better. So a lot of all of them doing well, down to the one outside.
Then
So,
a follow-up question to that. Do you think the new generation of Liberian artists, should they respect your legacy as a living legend of hip-hop, living legend of this game? Do you think the new artists recognize that?
Well, that's a nice question, but few of them show the loyalty and the respect, but not all of them. I don't know why, because they don't know, but I think they're supposed to know. Nobody going to tell you this is a right, this is a wrong. You're supposed to know you're right and you're wrong. So for me, being a legend and not saying the attention and not saying the love from my fellow artists that are coming up, I think that's a problem. So not only me, but it will relate to everybody. Tomorrow they will be legend too.
Right.
Because if they don't treat the old leaf better, when the old leaf drops, you know that you're the new one, you're going to, you get old, and you will not be treated right. So I would listen to one of the artists that were really trying to talk something about me being an artist that are supposed to, be respected, was Pamto. Somebody interviewed Pamto once. Then it was like, oh yeah, Takun, matter of fact, Takun should be even having a monument while he's still alive. But they want for us to die for before I give him a monument. I'm not talking about the monument aspect, but the respect supposed to be given. Man, we are legend. They think what the men are doing here today.
Have you in any way been disrespected by some of those young artists?
Oh, yes, I would say, but not to be mentioned up here because I would never be with them all the time. I just see positive. I would see somebody disrespect. Some will come with disrespect, but I don't take it personal, because I know I'm high up there. I'm the father, the dada, so I'm not going to get mad. So I address issues, courteously.
Some critics say Liberian artists fought so hard to break internationally because the industry does not have a structure. Do you agree, or can you blame Liberian artists to be part of some of the problems?
I would say yes. We blame us too, and I will tell you that we had a structure, but the implementation of the structure is not going on. Because we were coming up with hip hop, we came up with a structure, and now the structure we start following. But some of them, part of some of the structure is that when you grow as an artist, you make your hit, make sure to continue doing, make sure to respect people that was there before you. Some of them, they are not doing that. Some of them not even living up to what hip hop was meant for. So that alone is a challenge by itself. So we have to be respected as a legend, so many ways, that the industry can grow. So because tomorrow when you get there too as an artist, you'll be able to have that, love and loyalty that come back to you.
It brings me to this question just before we go for a break. I don't know whether you listen to this live podcast from Jizino. He claimed the day he decides to quit Liberian music, the industry is no more. And he frowned, he questioned you and other legends. Why is it he had reached the peak, he has gone on the global stage, and you guys didn't call to congratulate him?
well, if I
Do you have personal problem with Jizino?
nah, Jason is a kid and my little kid. I don't have personal problem. As I said earlier, I don't have problem with no kids in the industry. But words are meant to be used, but you should know how to use words. You know, depends on your platform and who you're engaging. You can't come on the platform and you say that, just say that we owe him, the industry not going to stand. Why is it we didn't call him? I mean, it's kind of shocking. So if I may ask this question, we all Takun J, Mighty Blow, and the rest of the other gurus that were in the game yesterday, Jason not going to hold microphone? No, he wasn't going to hold microphone. So let her not have this kind of conversation, because I think it's not fruitful for that. For people that listening outside will be
so
like.
You don't want to dignify his exception?
Because actually, I don't think that's something we need to talk about, because I just gave reference just now. If Jason would say such, then if I come out and say, if we wasn't going to stand there yesterday and be beaten, taken to jail, Jason not going to hold microphone? So who got to wait? So that's right there, you try to evaluate it from down there. So I'm not going to say, oh, because Jason is saying. And number two, if Jason do have the opportunity to always come to Liberia, so why would it take him to come and look for the legends? Why would it take him to not even Takun J, leave Takun J? Why would it take him to go look for other people that been in the industry, that been fighting hard? So if he will come on the public in media and say such, I think that it's not acceptable to the legends, because legends would not tolerate that, because you're supposed to come and give paid respect. We don't sit here and watch other artists from different countries, Nigeria, Ghana. And the moment you hit the city, hey, you can travel all over the world. When you come down to your country, the men that made it way, you should go pay face. I don't care the man be way in the bush. Go to the man, go get the man respect. Right. So at the end of the day, you get more more blessing. Right. But you can't talk. No, we don't. I don't condone that. You know.
Well, folks, this is Celebrity Corner on Elon TV, also live on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. It comes on every Friday evening, 7:30 on the Liberian National Television. Let's go for this break, and we'll be just right back. Keep watching.
Where influence meets inspiration, where talent tells a story. Welcome to Celebrity Corner, the shows that brings you face to face with entertainers, fashion designers, and business executives shaping the culture.
Celebrity Corner. Celebrity Corner.
Celebrity Corner.
Celebrity Corner.
Celebrity Corner is on.
Yeah, boy, this name is Valentine. Celebrity Corner.
Real stories, real success, real impact. Join us every Friday, 7:30 p.m. only on Elon TV with your host, DJ Weezy the Boss. See.
So welcome back to Celebrity Corner, where talent mix influence and social tells a story. My name is Don Weezy, and on the corner tonight we have the legendary Takun Jezo, one of the pioneers of hip-hop music. Takun, let me come back to you. There is this popular perception that the Liberian music industry is divided by camps and politics. Have you personally experienced that? They said the entire music industry is divided. People got their clique. People have taken sides. Have you personally experienced that?
Well, I think I noticed it, not even lately, but something that things that have been happening. It would definitely have to divide to another dimension, because when the game starts to grow, you find men coming with on a clique. All men say, I got my own clique. I representing this. I representing that, which is not biased. Okay, because that's the game. The game has to grow. So I don't look at it to be something like strange, because I think that we were doing way by yesterday. We had LRB Records, we had Pale Skills, we had all the Ghana yesterday. I mean, they picking them all who's the bragging on shoe, boss iron, all. Yeah, oh, so now travel black, oh, the men sporting car, what do you call all the Liberian musicians? The thing that happen uptown too, you know what I mean? Once again, you start to gain attention, you find all these things going on, but it mean that we should, forget about the game, because the game we're doing right now, we got one goal, is to let the world know what we got. Because tomorrow, if I happen to feature with any artist outside there, you expect me to go rap American English, or if I go rap with, if I go do feature song with Wayne, or because people say me and Snoop Dogg look alike, and I really want to do song with him, and me and Snoop Dogg will do song that I will go sing American. He make I receive nothing, no, I know CV, and I do that to my colokwa. You know what I'm saying? So because we want to make the world to know that what we made of here, so we should always keep that agenda.
Right.
Push one thing.
We
can have that fight, we can have that dispute, we can do this, because everywhere you find it, you'll find that thing there. So let us keep one goal. Let the world know what we made of.
Many fans, many of your own fans believe that artists sometimes abandon their message once they become successful. Have you managed to stay true to yourself? Because in Liberia, you are widely noted for releasing conscious music, hardcore hip-hop songs. But it's been a while, we haven't heard those kind of songs coming from Takun.
Yeah, indeed, because I said previously, we have to sit back and get the beginning of the time and the chance so they can display themselves. But it mean that I don't have music. It mean I don't have songs. I still got my conscious songs. I still got songs. But, you know, this complaint been coming.
Are you afraid to be beaten again?
Nah. You know, people been asking why is I'm not coming up. I also got my album dropping.
Okay.
You know, I got something coming up. I got a couple of songs I'm going to drop.
Okay.
Because I think I waited for a little bit. And I seen the beginning and do the thing, they hold the ground. So now we're trying to come back, for which I'm coming back. I'm doing some songs. I got some conscious songs. And for the question you asked, I'm not afraid. I keep telling you, what made me will always be with me. I'm still going to be the conscious artist. So tomorrow, like take for example, right? For me, I do political songs, but not when it's not in the political seasons. Mm-hmm. Because majority of the songs come conscious way, and consciousness turns to politics at the end of the day.
Right.
So I'm not afraid, but I just trying to back up a little bit. When the time reaches, that's when we're going to get back, because people need to be informed. So now we find all the beginning song, you find, I let your star, do that thing like that, you know what I mean? But the people still want to hear something.
Takun, what
you know
question that comes to mind? Hip-hop music is noted for a strong social message. But nowadays, when you listen to most of the Liberian songs, they are much more about entertainment. Have it gotten to the point that we have lost the true value of hip-hop music? Because I know hip-hop to be strong social messages, but nowadays, like I said, it's all about entertainment. It's about fun. It's about person or girl. It's just about fun.
I mean, because I think you said it right. We are, or they are, forgetting what hip-hop was meant for. Hip-hop is a conscious music, conscious style. So we obviously have to talk about what is unfolding, and none of the men are forgetting about it. That's why I keep telling you, bro, the men are forgetting about it. So at the end of the day, when they post it on the street, Chezo, Evana, we're not hearing nothing, there's something going on, you know, because they still count on few people, but they sort of be counting on more people.
Right.
But now they're only counting on us now, like people like me and a few other people who've been on our conscious note. So they keep asking, and then the beginning, what would thought that they're still going to be following that plot. So now you can't blame the beginning too, because the beginning when they start singing Takun J, who are doing political music yesterday, what didn't get whatever you now go. So like first in the beginning with J, but me the other thing I put the men come run behind me, came to J. So the conscious music, that's why people always like to point finger. Yeah, that man. Now when you're talking about conscious music in the world, people don't always call Bob Marley the late and calling Buju, all the rest of the other guys. Then you know, be like certain people you don't call. So in the industry, I expect the beginner to still be focusing on it, but they can focus on it if they wish. But because now, if you start doing the political music now, they will turn everything around.
Right.
They will switch everything around. Down the people say, oh, but I leave that man. You got Nana Jai say Takun J. Next thing they say, oh, that citizen artist. That first thing they can say, they start to walk categorize you. So which is not good. So the beginning too, when they see it, they get afraid. Right. So, man, I say they want to step on Takun J, I'm gonna go be here. So nobody wants to step in my shoes. But it doesn't mean that you can't do what you're supposed to do.
Right.
Continue planting your seeds. You will reap tomorrow, because why?
Takun,
love what you got.
Let's end this interview about the most recent event, the Hip Code Day. You was part of the Hip Code Day. It was a wonderful experience. And how was it for you? You attended the Hip Code Day. How was it?
Yeah, the Hip Code Day, as the claim, I think it was totally how do I call it? It was totally not in the right path. Because number one, the people that are holding the Hip Code Day, there are people that don't know about Hip Code. And I say it loud again. They put a who's a hip code that day. And I put a no, they know nothing about hip code.
So stranger hosting hip code.
Yeah, almost like American men come in like bro and start holding hip code. I love that. And that was a total disrespect to our industry. So I felt very bad in the sense. And then number two, I got a call from one of the managers and I be like, yo, Takun, I want you to be on the event. Then I lied first of all, and then next thing I was like, nah. I think this idea was jacking away from us because we did it yesterday. We had a hip hop festival.
Yeah, you've been running the hip hop festival. Yeah.
Because first the name was they were calling it the Hip Hop Day Festival. So because of that, we went back and forth. I called my manager in there, and then I had to talk to the other guy that were in the state that were doing the whole hip hop stuff. And then we were able to resolve the problem because why they were like using the word hip hop festival because that's something I've been using yesterday. So that's when I stepped in. I was like, no, bro, we can't do that. We can, American men, so we got to treat American men too. I said, no, bro, you can't do that. For one fact. We started doing the thing yesterday because I was like one of the first men. I did a hip hop festival yesterday, so you can't do that to me, bro. So yeah, you can do that hip hop festival. He was like, oh, bro, I don't know, but people that are down there, they didn't let me know and blah 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 blah. I said, but if you not know now, you know, nigga. You know what I mean? So we were able to set it up. It was nice. It was peaceful. It was cool. Everybody was happy with it, and then they were able to take the hip hop day.
Okay.
So instead of the festival, so that the day now. So the festival is coming up.
Right.
That's when people like us going to be in front.
Right.
Because you cannot have that hip hop day. You don't have legends. You don't have Takun J. You don't have Real Nigga. You don't have Marty Blow. You don't have Nasi Man. You don't have all the guys on your bowl.
Let me interrupt you a bit. Two incidents I want you to respond to from the just in the hip hop day. How was it, a hip hop day to see a live rap battle between Weezy and Mr. Church? As a legend on Hip Hop Day, was it appropriate to do a live rap battle on Hip Hop Day? I want you to respond to that first.
I think it was disrespectful. Another word, how Hip Hop, what I was frisking there, the brother Hip Hop.
Frisking there?
Yeah, frisking there. You can't have the day that you say it's a hip hop day where people go and watch jubilate.
And the two artists are not even hip hop artists.
You know what I mean? We'll get to that. You know what I mean? You having people to go have fun, celebrate. Then you leaving people on the mercy they going home. That's total big problem right there.
Right.
When we were having our hip hop festival yesterday, there was no beef into it. Everybody come and be happy. Even you happen with your friend yesterday that where you make peace.
Right.
Because it's almost like a unification day that people come and unify and enjoy themselves and enjoy the culture. That's why I say, man, they do the thing the right way. They take it from somebody. So when you the right person, I am making me go and Pambado or Tobagi. It will not be good. That's like meant to do it for you. So now we start to do it and they try to take it in a way, but they didn't pursue well. For one fight, I go against that. The both of them, they are good artists, but I don't think that way they're supposed to display themselves. But people are supposed to go rather see people being happy and enjoy themselves. So I don't think that platform was a platform for the challenge.
Okay, the last incident what you respond to was the incident between the legendary Chida Konani, Queen V, and the DJs. The two artists claim they were disrespected by those DJs upon calling them on stage. Their songs weren't played, their songs weren't set for them. I don't know whether you follow that saga from the hip hop day.
I mean, every time I've been in the country when it comes to music, I know it was totally disrespectful to Queen V and Chila Konani. Okay. Yeah, you don't call big people on stage and you are not ready. You know what? My man, you know what doing your face on that stage there. First of all, in front of the people that think what they call constant fear, that fright. Right. That it can be inside your could have made shame. But you're not knowing that you can be embarrassed on the stage. Right. How can you do that? So you know how many people will pass you on stage because we are good freestylers. So on stage, many more players weapon, and you don't be that doing freestyle, but the audience thinks say we ready, but actually they're not ready. They're messing up behind the bar there, but we in the forefront, we pretend they're happy, but stress behind all. That they respect they did. There are two people in Agiko. Not supposed to do it. Okay. And I DJ, and then I was monitoring everything. I was in my car. I was sitting, watching everything because my car was faced to the stage, and then I was watching the event when Queen V and Shila Konai were on stage. Then Shila Konai was like, how can you guys call out here when you're not ready? And I got again. They said the man, the DJ want to go party car, they put one let him party car, and can't call it music up down. I can't dare respect on that. So, look, let me tell you something. Anybody who want to hip hop thing then this time around, and I can't properly. When you figure inside it will bring on the public media and disgrace you. We gotta be a bottle, but with disgrace, you guys say figure you laughing. When you figure inside, it will bring you on the public media and disgrace you too because you did it. You're not supposed to do that.
Right.
You know, it was so embarrassing. You humiliated artists on stage.
Right.
You don't do that. So next time artists, and then I heard them say, oh, next time when they come in, they might bring their own DJ. Yo, come on, bro. Then for one fact check that on Nani and Queen V, and I'm putting so they carry music in with DJs because I put on music all over. When a new artist now when you can be talking that kind of thing. Me and here I go and say I don't carry nothing with me because I want to go there and tell you say, yo, I expect you to get it. If you don't have it, then I mean you disgrace yourself as a DJ.
Right.
I you be having hip hop day, you see no hip hop music, no way by hip hop music even play. That way no that way was a problem. They mean I'm playing music on hip hop day. What a problem as well. But you watch out for the hip hop festival come December. You see,
right, I love
come December, that's when we're going to be having original hip hop festival. Now people from everywhere are going to come. That's why you see we chose the December because we don't want to be selfish with that way. January, February, March, April. Now people, most of the people from outside can come during December time, Christmas time. So you have all the people included. That's why we had it on. We decided to take a day in December. Then the minute come there, doing funny thing. You go put DJ there. You got DJ there. They want even there. DJ Master DJ not even there. McGrady, DJ Facer, all the garden, Uncle Shaq, yo my man, let me not even there. You talk about hip hop at Picardo, they're not even there. Picardo in the country. Look at Pocket in Ghana, you can buy a pink ticket. My man, really last story there. But you must get ready for the very hip hop festival because what they did to Queen V and Chida Konani was a disrespect. And number two, I want to go to your president of the DJ Association.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You didn't mention that, but that's something that's been on my mind. You know that my man, you know, sometimes you have to address issue properly. You know what I expected him to do at the moment when you noted that you know Chida Konani was a little vocal on them on stage, slapping camera and phone because he was shamed. So he had no way to quench the shame and by doing something so he can get shamed too. So what he's supposed to do? I know some of you ain't value us, but at least we can be contact in our media at that time.
Right.
Take telephone call now because we are all against them again. You call or pick up people around. You got the music union president there, or union too. Go and consult. They say but you can't on the social media because you think you get followers and you start to say things, start degrading the artist. That's the problem I get with him. So next time if you get issues, let's handle it gently.
Okay.
Yeah.
Celebrity Corner. Takun, we got just 2 more questions just before we wrap up tonight on the show. If you had this big opportunity to change one thing about Liberian entertainment, what would that be?
Wow, that's a great one. Wow. Damn it, to go to the world and tell the world get to know about.
Are you okay with Liberian entertainment industry, or there is something you want to change about?
I mean, changing things in the industry right now is just like taking the game back, starting over. You know, the system already there. Let's just follow the system. Let the people know hip hop music is alive.
Okay.
You know, all we do when we have collaborations, I invite my artists out there, stick to your lyrics, stick to who you are. Stick to who you are because you can never go do a song with a bigger artist outside, then you want to be like them. Start to sing like them. Then you're selling them. I remember way back when I had a deal with Lone Star, they had J Mountain, R2Bs, and the rest of the guys, they came down here, you know. So Lone Star invited them, so I was one of the artists on the stage, on the program that, you know, Liberian people were counting and depending on. So after we did the event, it was a connection behind. So I started to connect with J Mountain and R2Bs. So when we get to start talking music business, they was like, yo, my man, wanting us to leave our style of music. So if we want to go and join the Nigerian music, we should be singing like them.
Adapt to the system.
Yeah. So automatically then you're not portraying yourself no more. You're trying to be like them, and also you're trying to promote them. So that's why you see I had a problem with them. I was like, nah, bro. Said, yeah, you can tell your manager. We'll do a song, we'll do the video, but we'll give you the song you write. And then when they give you what to write, then they give you what to. No, it's not how it's supposed to be because what the people in Ghana and Nigeria, they were not respecting and believing us.
Right.
So when we start standing, bro, I was like, nah, I can't do that shit, bro. Nah, I can't operate like that. So even if you put me on trial with J Mountain, I will go Kolokwa.
Right.
We gotta know, man. Know when you go Kolokwa, you eat them, bro.
Right.
Yeah, we got star, bro.
Right.
So if only thing I want for all the change, we shouldn't change our style. We should stick to what we can do so people can respect us more because hip hop is something very unique that people really want to listen. I have one of my Jamaican friend, he was like, well, my youth. I mean, I want to hear the hip hop thing, you know. If he sound like like a extension of patois. It sound like extension of patois, hip cool. Because how we were talking, you can have people to be astonished, be like, damn, what did the man talking so? Yeah, they want yeah. So it's too unique. So why say people can be afraid to even do that thing?
Right.
So my advice to my fellow artists out there, and the new ones most especially, because the old men already know what going. Stick to your style.
Right.
Stick to who you are. Yeah.
Finally, Takun J, just before we leave you, if the Liberian music industry was a football team, could you say it's winning, struggling, or still trying to get there? Let's consider the entire Liberian music industry to be a football team. Are we winning? Are we struggling? Are we already there?
What we're winning right now is just more Liberian popularity. I still not see us winning from the other countries like you know, Nigeria, Ghana, and it's just all in the Liberia setting.
Okay.
So we need to reach out there. We need to reach out there and then engage, have a good relationship with the people that are doing the music outside. Because we can't continue being songs among ourselves.
Right.
How you will get to get exposed all day? You start collaborating with other artists out there. Now the people that are doing the collaboration outside, the artists, they are not good thing. Yeah, that begin the name then. I put my beginning Jezino there, number one. Teddy Ra, every Jizo then outside there. They're not complete. I mean, we still need to have more collaborations. And when we have more collaboration, then people say, oh, Shatta Wale and Takun J on one song. Then you have stepped into Shatta bass, and Shatta have stepped into my bass, so it becomes virus. So then and Davido on one song, so you decide to step into it. Now the partner that I see with us will have collaborations, and I want messing the industry. We're not going outside. Me and Davido will not go do song, then Davido can promote on your platform. What can I tell you me no? You begging the man to do figure song, eh? No, then if that's how you want to do, we need to stop it.
Right.
If Davido will do a song with Takun J, he should be able and be clear and happy to be able to promote Takun J's song on his platform.
Right.
But now it comes about money. The video management team need money now too now, so they can promote on your platform. So we got people here that got money to push these things. So when we're pushing these things, we should be able to tell them in the front there. The video will beg you back.
Right.
You might begin go see day one song, but I beg you, promote on your page. Yeah, at least on one month say. Like the only way Liberian music will be out there. But you and a big artist will go do song, but they may not promoting it. The first time I heard the song with Jezino and Gin, it was nice. I like it. But is it being promoted on a Gin side? No. Then look at it, that reality. I'm not spacing nobody, but that reality. You know, I will not go do something, but the little Margot Jazz and Margot Jazz not promoting on his page. For what? I will come on the begging, I will begging every day that you do it. At least every day you have to do one post for me. That alone will sell Liberia. Right. But we or else we keep doing it among ourselves. Okay, we will do it with the other artists outside, but it's not being promoted. You're not going nowhere. So what the essence?
So folks, man, we got to go. But Takun, how's the family? I didn't ask you, sir, from the very beginning of this interview. How's the family, and what's your favorite Liberian food? Let me just conclude by that.
Yeah, my family is doing absolutely well. I mean, as you can see, me, I'm well, and my family is absolutely well. Because once I'm not well, you know that the family is not well. Once you know the body is well, you might know the family is well. So I give God the glory because He always guided me and kept me through safely. Despite in some other trials and tribulations and all of that. But we keep the Almighty God on the note.
Your favorite wagging?
My favorite wagging is Tobagi. And got a woman, I got a Loma Jew. Woman married a Loma woman. Yeah. I'm a favorite Tobagi. Although I'm a cool man, but my Tobagi is very normal G.
I know.
Yeah, so...
just wrapping up, are there any other things maybe you'd like to say I didn't ask you? We can just close up with it.
Yeah, something I wanted you to ask, but you didn't ask. I wanted you to ask about the originality of hip hop. I think a couple of days ago, I was monitoring an interview with Wigo Zigo.
Oh, I forgot. Wigo said you used to dance with him. He was his dancer.
And you know, people are beginning to asking about the hip hop issues. You know, Wigo Zigo, then, you know, he was doing a thing, but Wigo Zigo was not ready the tape that we really used to put his effort behind us. It was Summertime.
Yeah, DJ.
One of his men, because Summertime, the both of them to call and said Twincito. But Wigo Zigo was totally a DJ, you know, this jockey doing his thing. But one time he used to pop in, but the main story was from Summertime. And he said that Summertime was the one that brought a hip hop, which was truth, but not he alone, not Summertime alone. You know, Summertime, the late, Grammy P, Tom Holder, you know what I mean? Me, because then we were one of the smaller MCs that were around, so, and we were doing our thing. People used to come also after each time, me and Summertime, because Summertime been with the Lone Star people for the minute. So Summertime used to hire or call us sometime we're going on Lone Star event, we'll go way in the jungle. And so when we're in the jungle, we start to perform. He always having the kind of conversation being like, oh my man, hip hop is America. Because then was when we started first, our whole flow was like hip hop. Everybody want to rap like American man, and so nobody want to listen to hip hop. But when we started now, we started doing our thing, we started speaking about Kolokwa. But we're on hip hop beat. So now every time we rap together, it is true. Sometimes always coming with the idea, you were like, yeah, my man, now they got Ghana that hip life, America that hip hop. So what we can do about another thing? I think better his name was say hip Kolokwa. That's what we used to say, hip Kolokwa. So we used to use that word hip Kolokwa, but it was not resonating well. So at times go by, sometime was fortunate to open a place called Whatever Records, right down Carey Street there. You know, and then Pushano also, and another person need to be in the picture. You know what I mean? So Pushano, all the guys were there. Then Tom Holder were across the road where they had a lottery booth right there. You know, most often used to come there. You know, all used to gather at Summertime place, which is Whatever Records. So the conversation always used to be there as what hip Kolokwa. So now, and hip Kolokwa is like the same our Kolokwa like we can be talking about it, you know, on that kind of level then. But now we're not using in the music or saying like hip Kolokwa, so we just kind of use abbreviation hip Ko. So that's how it came about. So the people that I call, the late Summertime, the late Grammy P, Tom Holder, Pushano, Takun J, Real Nigga, you know, these are the people that were around when we formed a little the hip code name. So what DJ Wigo Zigo were talking, because he said on one of the podcasts, he's like, oh, Takun J was my dancer. I said I wasn't really his dancer though, but one occasion that, you know, because Wigo Zigo always like disc jockey, like an underground disc jockey at that time. He was behind Vavle Kuma, which is LEF, you know, some other great guys, but he was mainly connected with LEF. So LEF used to come visit my family place up Crown Hill. That's where we used to, you know, socialize most often. So then I was with my aunt, you know, chilling. I mean, I used to come there, be with her, sometimes spend the weekend and go back. So we go then used to be around that time. So we go like, we're having an event at Spoke Commission Saturday. Then my cousin was about, our cousin can dance. So now I'm like, yeah, but we go help me on the event. But before you help me on the event, I told you a lot of time we used to rap our American eating there. Yeah. So the how you say, how am I call you? I say, a lot of time I never had a face name, Takun or none of that. Yeah. I like, call me Tupac. He said, how will call you Tupac? Okay, I know I will call you. But besides, I've been engaged in stages. Right. But the first time to go on dance stage, like that. So he was like, oh, but I will call you on stage, you know. But I will call you on a knee. But now I will call you, that knee you can't wait. So when I spoke commission, the play was so jam-packed. Anytime I talk about anytime I chat all the time, then we're discussing where then you know. The play was so packed to the extent, my man. So I was on the event, man. So we got a new artist by the name of DMS. They call me DMS. Because then I used to dance. They got me DMS. Yeah, I went to say, oh, whoa. I did my thing. It was the only day that I danced because he go announced me all. So I wasn't a dancer, but I was called by him one of these days on one event. Okay. So, but besides that, I started proceeding with my dancing, you know, because at that time people only 1 year hip hop, and at that time we were still going with Kolokwa, but still a little bit of hip hop. So, but dancers then were having more attention.
So, when did hip Kolokwa change to hip Ko?
Yeah, it was like a couple of few months. It wasn't that year. Okay. Because we were using a hip Kolokwa on there. It was almost like the same hip Ko, but the abbreviation changed. Right. We just say hip Ko.
Well, the tough talking Takun J, we got to go. Thanks for watching Celebrity Corner on the national television. It's been a wonderful experience tonight with the legendary Jonathan Koffa, alais Takun. The program returns fresh next Friday, same time on the Liberian National Television, also live on Facebook, on Instagram, and YouTube. Thanks to my executive producer, Prince Kolowale. Thanks to my boy, SOK, Editor Smith, all helping in this production. My name is Don Weezy, and I talk to you on next Friday. Thanks for watching.
Where influence meets inspiration, where talent tells the story. Welcome to Celebrity Corner, the shows that brings you face to face with entertainers, fashion designers, and business executives shaping the culture.
Celebrity Corner. Celebrity Corner.
Celebrity Corner.
Celebrity Corner.
Celebrity Corner is on. Yeah, boy, this name is Valentine. Celebrity Corner.
Real stories, real success, real impact. Join us every Friday, 7:30 p.m. only on LMTV with your host, DJ Weezy the Boss. See you.